Hi guys, this is Walt from Walt Evil 9. This is part 2 of showing how to put the rear brake calipers back together after they've been powder coated. Alright, first I'm going to show you how to install the seals and dust seals and pistons if you didn't see part 1. What I did was put some top 4 brake fluid in the cap. I'm going to lube up the first seal that goes about halfway into the caliper here, which is a little groove, if you can see. This is where you have to put it. Alright, after that's in, just want to put a little brake fluid in there just so the piston slides freely when you're trying to install it. Next, lube up the dust seal. Just makes it easier to put in. And you install the dust seal with the flat edge towards the top of the piston. Okay. Now that's in. Put a little more brake fluid on the piston. There it goes. That one gave me a little bit of trouble, but it's in there. Now the flat part of the seal is evenly in place. What you don't want any parts of the seal to be protruding up at all. Let's do the next one. By the way, I already cleaned the pistons, so you want to make sure they're nice and clean before you do this. And a flat side toward the top. That one went in a lot easier. If you want to know how to get the pistons out of there before taking the two halves apart, just go to my part 1 for the front calipers. And now a lot of people say you shouldn't be splitting the calipers because they could leak. But Justin at Detective Coating has been doing this for years. He's done hundreds of them, probably more than that. So I'll show you what I do to make sure they don't leak. Some people do use the original O-rings with success, but I like to use new ones. You just get a set of metric O-rings. And the O-rings you want to use is 6mm inside diameter by 10mm OD, which is outside diameter, by 2mm in width. So what I like to do is just take a little Vaseline, put it on the O-ring so it stays in place. Like that. Now you want to match up the holes on each side. Okay. Now Justin does a really nice job when he powder coats your calipers. He actually goes ahead as far as to powder coat the tips of the bolts as well as the ends, which not a lot of people do. What you want to do is insert the smaller bolts at the ends. The longer bolts towards the middle. You also want to make sure that you don't just crank one side down at a time. You want to go very evenly between all the bolts. I couldn't find any torque specs on these, so just tighten them down pretty good. You don't want to go crazy. Just a 3/8 ratchet and a good crank on that should be fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and tighten all these down, but you get the idea. And after you're done, just clean the calipers off with some brake cleaner, just so the brake fluid doesn't eat away at the powder coating, which I don't think it will, but just do that in case. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll have some more tutorials coming up when I put some more parts together. Thanks.